Hey everybody, how are you? I haven't been on here for a while. So I thought I'd just pop on for a minute and just say hello to you. I just came on to share with you a little worksheet I created. Now I started off, I don't know, anybody that comes to this page kind of may have seen that I created this download about 17 tips to regain your power. So, in times like these, it's just, we feel, sometimes feels like we're coming apart at the seams. I mean, if the COVID-19, the racial injustice, the political scene is kind of loopy. I mean, everything. The social distancing, there's division about how people think about it. And it's just tough, let alone the individual issues that we run into because they happen and still as well. Some caused by COVID and some's just everyday life that would happen even if it wasn't time for COVID. It's kind of draining our power and it can keep us from being centered and being how we normally are because it's kind of tough. All the news, the weather, the fires, if you're aware of the news, it can be overwhelming. And so that's why I put together this little thing called 17 Tips to Regain Your Power. And so the first tip is control what you can control. And a lot of times we have so much on our mind and so much we're trying to handle that even though God is sovereign and He is the one in total control. So we rest in that. And we know that He is God and that He has a plan and He's in control. But like a father, He doesn't always tell us all the details. So we're juggling and managing a lot of things on our mind, a lot of things pulling at us. So I was thinking about how we need to be just controlling the things we can control. Because a lot of times, like your app I have on my phone, I have an app that can tell me all the things that are taking the power, that are using the power, the apps that are open, and I can close them or um, uninstall them or whatever I want to do. And so that's the thing about controlling what you can control. Yeah, God is sovereign and He's in control. So there's rest in that. But at the same time, you have whispers and nagging things. And, even when we have a lot on our plate to do, plus all this new stuff and all this new consideration, I just want to take the time to just stop and say, control what you can control. Because some things you can control. You have an impact on, you can change it or move it forward. And that's the only thing that you should be using your energy for, the things that you can control. And those other things you have to release to God. And so in prayer and rest, knowing that He is the sovereign King and He has everything in control. So the problem with trying to control everything is that it'll just drain you. It can create brain fog, let alone this COVID where we don't know one day from another. Like, is it Blur's Day or what? But when you have a lot of things on your mind and things that you're trying to manage and control that you really are not in control of, it can just drain you of the resilience you have stored up to manage and control the things that are possible for you. So I just made a little worksheet and I'm not on Zoom, so I can't really show my screen. The thing about uh, trying to control everything is you have too many things on your plate, and you can use that energy more productively. I created a little uh, worksheet. Let me see if I can show it. Let me see. Okay, It's a worksheet called Control What You Can Control. So, what I want you to do, and it helped me because when I have all these things I'm dealing with, it helped me to manage it. So, the first thing I suggest is that you write down about 6 things or circumstances that concern you or that are occupying your mind or causing you worry or keeping you awake at night. And I know a lot of us are doing this, and it's normal considering the circumstances we're under. This is not a small thing, things that we've never seen before. So I'm going to give you this worksheet. It's called, the link for it is bit.ly bit.ly/control worksheet. So I'm gonna, after I finish this live, I'm gonna put it in the post. But you don't have to have it in the post. Just put it in the put the URL in. That is bit.ly control worksheet. So just write down some things that you're concerned about. It could be anything. And sometimes we're concerned about things like that we can't control. We're actually kind of in somebody else's business and not keeping our boundaries like we should. Even our children and our neighbors, our sisters, our brothers, people that we are having problems or we consider are making mistakes. One, you can control a lot of things, but one thing you cannot control, and that is other people. So write that down. It could be your health. It could be your business. It could be some things that you can do something about, that you can't do something else. Now, the first 6 is just whatever is on your mind. And from those things that are on your mind, just all those 6 things, you can do more if you have more on your mind or less. But from the list above of those things that are concerning you, keeping you awake, whispering, nagging you, put them down. And then from that list, choose only the situations that you can influence or change or move forward, and release the rest to God. I put down 1 Peter 5:7, casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. The Father loves you if you are a believer. And if you're not, you can come into the kingdom of God by just believing what Jesus has done in dying for your sins and being buried and resurrected. And he is now alive. He's our intercessor and he's there to bless us. So that's why I put that down, even though I'm trying to do practical things about what you can control to release you from the worry and the heaviness that things going on today can bring about. And it would be normal if you are concerned. So you just kind of got to be watchful and only those things that you can control. So from that list of the things, excuse me, I'm not doing too good with this handout. But from the list of those things above, choose only the situations that you can control. Say, like, if it's my health, I'm concerned about, I have some things I can do about that. I can exercise. I can go to the doctor. There's plenty of things that I can do about my health. So I would put that down. Say whatever you're concerned about, those 6 above, only put down the things that you can have an impact on. Because just thinking about things and worrying about things that you don't have an impact on, it's no good. It just wastes your energy. So I'm trying to go down a little further. I don't know. And from those things that you do have impact on, can change, can move forward, I want you to take some actions on those. And if you just write it, see, this is to clear your mind. If you just take some actions, like I mentioned, my health, and I know that number one, I'll just use that as number one. I can go to the doctor, as I said. I can eat more healthy. I can lose some weight. There's things I can do to change it. But say my neighbor, I don't like the way they're doing things. They were just really making a lot of noise a little while ago. I can't stop him from cutting the wood or cutting the grass or whatever noise he was making. But my point there is you can't do anything about people. And sometimes we're not minding our own business. We're not keeping boundaries that we should. And those type of things you either ignore, release, understand that they're robbing you of your power and your energy, or just commit them to God. Stand on a promise to God, like our children. Stand on a promise, even financial things. Some things we can handle, and with businesses closing and things like that, some things we can't. Uh, don't have control over. So some things we need to commit to the Lord and use that energy for something else. So put actions down that you actually can affect some of the things that are concerning you. So write them down, each individual one, so that you can do something about it. And it gives you a sense of stability and helps you to center yourself when you know the things that you can do. And so the third little area is, in order to renew your energy and peace, what can you stop doing? I.e., avoid some social media. Sometimes, we're on the social media all day. We're not doing the things that can help us or change things, or even attending to our attitude. We need to spend time with God. We need to, there's a lot of things that can help us to rejuvenate ourselves. Take some time and go to the park, some nature or something like that, just to renew ourselves instead of sitting around watching social media, all the negative news. There's other things that we can do to enhance our attitude and our spirit. So some things you need to stop doing. Like I've been, since this COVID, I've had Netflix and I always had Amazon Prime. So it's like, I've been looking at a little TV and binging a little bit, but you can binge so much that it's really not healthy for you. It's not helping you. So what things should you stop or avoid? Or even what things should you do? Like certain conversations that you need to have. Some things we need to confront. And one of the things I was thinking about boundaries, us passing other people's boundaries. Another thing that can keep our power and strength to ourselves is having boundaries of our own and not letting others cross our boundaries, understanding and knowing how to say no politely. Just, well, thank you, but no. Thank you, but no, thank you. I don't have time in my schedule for that. Or whatever you need to have a conversation about. But you need to keep boundaries for yourself. And there's kind ways and politically correct ways to say no. But keep your own boundaries and stay out of other people's boundaries that you can't do anything about. So that's pretty much all I had. I just wanted you to be able to regain your power. And one of the things that you can do to regain and maintain your power is control what you can control and release the rest to God. Find a promise, stand on that promise, and believe God. And things are going to change. Things are going to change. So take a deep breath and do what you can do. Control what you can control. So it's really good seeing you guys again. I haven't been on for a long time. Hopefully I'll be on more. So you guys be blessed. Love you.